The first one would be, I asked God who's helping him, this gentleman up here. And then my second one is, I am my brother's keeper. I know this gentleman here. He grew up, he's a young man now, but he grew up and he happened to be homeless and I happened to catch him. So he hid his face. This one is Dr. Martin Luther King. That's my hero and role model. And this one is titled The King and I. And they had him at St. Mary's in the gymnasium. This is three of the people that I was there with. This is Guitar. He's one of the people that's featured here today. My way of thinking is that if you're looking for heroes and role models, you look amongst yourselves. And I looked amongst the group, the people that I was with, and we found Guitar. He's our hero and role model, and a very good friend. This one is my place of prayer. This is located at St. Mary's. It's right when you go to the break room. If you look out the door, you'll see this giant cross. And whenever I'd have problems or things wasn't going right, I would go to my place of prayer. This is a biography of my life story, I guess. And people often hear me talk about my grandfather. My grandfather wanted to be like Jesus Christ, but I don't want to be like Jesus Christ. I want to be like my grandfather. And this just tells some of the adventures, I call them adventures, that I had when I was at St. Mary's. And I just want to say one other thing too, is home is where the heart is, and my heart will always be at St. Mary's. Thank you.
This picture right here is a church in the community in which they serve people weekly. And so at this particular time I came in to take these pictures. This particular gentleman had a competition for us, so to speak, to honor the Father's Day. So Father's Day was I would look at it as restoring my male self-esteem to inspire him to take care of his kids and do what he has to do as being a father. So this is the gentleman that won this situation right here, as being a father and being honored that particular day right here. And so what it is that this particular church in which I took the time to ask this gentleman why do they come out weekly to serve people, and his answer was that he just enjoys seeing the joy that it inspires people. It makes him feel great to inspire joy in the next person. So this is this particular gentleman here, and that's restoring self-esteem. The other gentleman in the picture is a person who I have had a lasting friendship with over the years. Even though his health is declining, he still has a great spirit about himself. Whenever I talk to him, it's a real positive, he's just a real positive person. So I just wanted to add him because he's now in a wheelchair and still showing up though, still showing up. And over here, I named this particular picture just being ourselves, people being themselves. They were waiting in line to eat a nourishing meal at the church in Berkeley, and so they were just being together and just being who they are. And then this guy right here is real special to me because over the last 20 years, I've encountered going to the churches on occasion, and he still goes there and implements this into his diet on a regular basis. I mean, he's a person who has a few challenges, some extra challenges, but he's always been a person of always caring and always speaks when you see him, and you know his attitude never changes. So he's a friend to me. Then over here, as we move on, they're just in line getting ready to eat. An extension of these people sitting waiting, being themselves. And last but not least, this is just myself being inspired to carry the torch, so to speak, because last year at this time I was homeless myself. And so this year, through a a great deal of help in affordable housing and help from St. Mary's seniors, I was able to obtain my own living situations. Like added light, a sense of joy now that I have an opportunity to have a place and just my self-esteem is restored. So I just appreciate the fact that I have an opportunity now to have a second chance at a first-class life.
Hi, my name is Keith Rivingwine, and I'm a member at St. Mary's Center. I'm one of the ones that was housed after being homeless. It was such a blessing for me to find out about St. Mary's and to be asked to participate in this project about homelessness to being housed. Now, I'm going to start here. This guy here is pushing his buggy. You see, the thing about being homeless, a buggy is such an asset. I mean, because, you know, it gives you the opportunity to move around your house. When I say your house, your clothes and everything, your personal belongings. Because you don't want to leave them nowhere. You don't have no house, so you got to take it with you. Everything is on the move. And then, unfortunately, being homeless, I found to where this thing here is really disgusting. It's disgusting, but the thing about it, when you're homeless and you see this every day and this is the lifestyle you live, that becomes acceptable to where it's like every day you pass it and you look forward to it every day, and that's the frame of mind, and it's hard to get in a different type of, you know, to look different and trying to do something different with your life because every day you're doing the same thing, passing the same thing. But as time goes along, of course, you know, for myself, you know, God touched me in a very special way, and I started seeking something different. And I do believe that being homeless is a thing to where, you know, we do have a choice. Everybody have a choice. Because one thing about it, God gave us all free will. That was one of the greatest gifts. We have the choice to make a decision to do this or to do that. And for me, when I made the decision by the grace of God not to be homeless anymore, I'm not homeless because I started with the format. It's like a formula that I started. And the foundation for that was St. Mary's for me. You see, I needed a place to where I could go and be productive and be able to build and to be able to have a focus and a new plan to do it comfortably, which is very important, without having to be like laying on nobody, because from homeless, of course, I got family everywhere around here. I didn't want to go and lay up on nobody. I had a new life that I was trying to like seek, but I didn't want to have to be laying on nobody else to do it. That's why St. Mary's was such a foundation for me. And then, you know, by being in St. Mary's, you know, every day, going to places like this, you know, during the day, eating and being around productive people, positive people, you know, which was a good thing that made it, you know, a good thing in my life. But then as time went along, you know, being obedient and sticking to the program, I now have my own apartment. But, man, you know, it is such a blessing. Every day I go home and I turn my key and I walk in the house, you know. But I want you to understand one thing where I never forget how I got from here to there. And this is as quick as it was me to say, okay, I'm not going to be homeless no more and start doing something different. It's that quick. You can make a decision and go back to this misery. Unfortunately, that's why it's so important to stay focused and stay around positive people. And St. Mary's for me is a positive place, and I deal with them all the time. And I know how life is. If you're going to be things, it's going to happen. It's not going to be like you want it all the time. But by the retraining I received when I went to the women's shelter at St. Mary's, I'm now able to deal with these things. And they happen. And they're going to happen for the rest of my life. You know, but by the grace of God, again, I have the ability now to handle it. And that's by having an ongoing relationship with St. Mary's. And with that, I'd just like to say thank you. And keep in mind that it's possible to change. See, if you make a change in your life, if you are homeless, you can like not be homeless by seeking what you need to do to not to be homeless.
Yes, my name is Charles Ford, and I was part of a project where 15 of us became instamatic cameras, and we were sent into Oakland to take pictures of the homeless people. These are some of the photos that I've taken, and as you can tell, this lady is down and out. She seems to have all of her things with her, and sort of depicts on how desperate and how horrible a person who's homeless is. The gentleman below is actually at St. Mary's Center, and he also seems to be down and out. And it's a horrible thing. A lot of people who are elderly don't know where to go for help. And this gentleman here seems to be really in a bad way. Here again, this is at St. Mary's. Most of the photos that I've taken were taken in downtown Oakland, so I didn't have to go far. And there were homeless people all over. This gentleman is sitting in the courtyard of St. Mary's Center, and again, he's exhausted. It's the middle of the day, and he just came there to rest. This is a plaque that's actually in St. Mary's Center, and it shows a man, and above him it says, "Not a comfortable place, not a comfortable bed," and that's where he sleeps. So it's just an image of what it's like to be on the street at home. This picture here, a lot of people don't realize this is a female, and she's in the Oakland area. And when I got up closer to her, I realized that the reason why she was covered up was that she was getting high. She was using drugs. And a lot of people that are homeless or have dependency problems, either alcohol or drug addicted. I'll basically end this off by saying that I truly hope to be of help. And that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a mouthpiece for a lot of people who can't speak for themselves. Thank you very much.